Hi there, and welcome back to another video regarding your real estate questions and answers. And today we're going to answer the question, how much does it cost to sell your house? So for this discussion, let's assume that you're going to hire an agent. That would be a listing agent to help you sell your property. So you're going to pay the commissions to both agents that come with the sale of your house. That would be both the listing agent and also the buyer's agent if they come with one. You need to know that the agents do not keep all of that money that they earn. They have to pay things such as their brokerage. They have to pay for all the advertising, the transaction fees, and oh yes, we can't forget to pay taxes to Uncle Sam. So don't be thinking that those agents are all millionaires, because unfortunately, that just is not accurate. So another thing that you're going to be paying when you sell your house is property taxes. These property taxes in Colorado are paid in arrears, which means that you need to pay for all the time that you are in your house. It will not be billed till the end of the year. So if you leave in the middle of the year, you've only been there half a year, but that bill does not come till the 12th month. So the new buyer gets a credit, so you must be debited that amount, and then the new buyer will pay that at the end of the year. So that's how property taxes work. Another thing that you might need to pay for are concessions. So concessions are when a buyer asks a seller to contribute money to have the deal go through. So what can concessions be used for? Well, they can be used for many things, but quite often buyers will ask a seller for concessions to help with their closing costs. Now, it used to be that buyers would pay 20% down and their closing costs were a lot less. However, these days, many people don't have $100,000 just laying around, so they're not able to put 20% down, which increases their closing costs a bit. So that's why they asked you, the seller, to kick in a little bit of money to help with all these expenses. So typically that's between an amount of $2,500 to $5,000, but of course concessions are always negotiable, and that's where your agent can help you out. Another area that buyers may ask a seller to contribute money is for a home warranty. Home warranties typically run between $450 to $650, and what they do is it add an extra layer of protection to both the buyer and the seller. So true case, we had a closing the day the buyers were moving in. The water heater decides to die, leaks all over, messes up the hardwood floor. Luckily, it was the day of move-in, so they could come back and tell the seller, look, day of move-in and we want you to contribute, but instead we had a home warranty which covered the water heater and the damage to the hardwood floor. So as you can see, home warranties benefit both the buyer and a seller, and they don't really cost that much, and they can be paid for out of concessions. So what if you don't want to get a listing agent and you want to do a for sale by owner? Well, you will be saving that listing agent's commission, but you also have to know that you need to be prepared to pay out in different ways. So you're going to be doing all the advertising yourself, paying for all the photography, the video footage, and being responsible for putting all the pictures and the footage into your advertising so you can actually get buyers to come and look at your property. You're also going to be responsible for showings, which means you always have to be there. And I would just let you know that in the past, my clients have told me that the feedback they get during showings is sometimes a little hurtful because the wall that you've painted, the accent wall that you just love, the new buyers just hate. So sometimes you have to have a real thick skin. And then you have negotiating, and you're pretty attached when you're the homeowner. So sometimes negotiating is best left to a third party, your listing agent. So just consider that when you're thinking about doing a for sale by owner. Now, for sale by owner, most often will still pay for the buyer's agent's commission if they come with an agent, and they usually do. So you should also plan on paying that even if you're a for sale by owner. Okay? Often the extra work and inconvenience of having to do a for sale by owner just really isn't worth the commission that you would pay a listing agent, especially with all the extras, expenses that you're going to have to pay up front, your time, and often buyers that look for sale by owner are going to bring you a low offer. So those are just some things to consider that way. Another thing that you have to pay for as a seller are repairs. A buyer's going to have an inspection done on the property, and if they find something that needs repaired, they're going to send you an objection and ask you to fix those. As a seller, you're responsible for getting these items repaired and paying for them before closing. So that's another expense. So I hope this helps you a little bit, knowing what expenses you'll have when selling your home. If this has been useful, please let me know down below. If you have some additional questions, I'd be happy to answer those as well. Don't forget to subscribe down below, because the next thing you want to do when selling your house is pricing it for the current market. Strategies for pricing change with the current market conditions, and that will be next week's video. So hit that button and we'll see you next week.